Hello, everybody. Good morning. No, yeah, it is good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. This is Joanna. I am the founder of Wounds to Scars, and I'm administrator of this community. I work with adult survivors of childhood trauma. I help you to heal unresolved trauma so that you can show up like you want to in your relationships. Just bear me a moment. I'm just going to see if we're good with sound and if Hello, everybody. Good morning. No, yeah, it is good morning. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. This is Joanna. I just my am the founder of my lighting rather. My sometimes my brain goes and I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm sure those who are moms will understand my plight. My brain cells don't always work. Sometimes I'm in the middle of saying something and I completely forget what I'm saying. Right. So today I want to talk about fear. Let's talk about fear. I'm doing this challenge. I told you about the challenge that I was doing, right? The journal challenge. It's kind of like a journey of self-discovery when we look at how we caretake, how we look after the people that hurt us. And because we're doing that, we're not able to fully look after ourselves and fully discover who we are and who we're supposed to be. So this challenge started on Monday, so 7 days, and it ends this Sunday. And we meet every evening on Zoom like this, and people get to ask me questions, and we have a conversation, and it's really going really well. But there's a common theme that comes up that I thought, let me come and talk about this here to see if it resonates with you, this common theme, and a common theme around fear. And it's kind of helped me guide me into some things that I need to do in Wounds to Scars as well around this theme of fear. And it's not fear in terms of you're not fearless, because I believe a lot of you here are that fearless in the sense that you've achieved a lot of stuff. You're growing in academically and career wise, um, and you're some people are building businesses and you're doing those things, but there's a fear that still exists, and it's as a result of unprocessed trauma. That fear, it's the hey, good morning, thank you for joining. I'm not usually on this time, so I really appreciate you. It's that fear that stops you from being who you are, that fear that stops you from really falling into full self-acceptance. It's that fear that stops you from knowing that side of you that you're trying to hide from. That if I fully accept me and if I fully accept my gifts and my talents, what will that make me? What will I be able to do as a result of? And so what we do, the fear of success is just a trauma response, or a result of unprocessed trauma, as the fear of failure. And I find that women are in this space where we've squeezed ourselves into this box, into this space where we give our power away in so many ways because of fear. We try to conform to what we think is going to be acceptable behavior. And we give up our rights to be our right to exercise our gifts and our talents and our opinion, and just to live as we were supposed to. So I mean, my job and why this community exists is to provide a space that we can start to tackle those unresolved issues so that we can fully fall into who we are, so that fear won't hold us back anymore. Fear won't stop us from having the kind of life that we want to have. We won't sabotage our relationships. We won't sabotage progress. We won't use anything to cover how we really feel, because we're not afraid anymore of the things that we've gone through, and we will be willing to tackle them. And I always say healing is self-discovery. When you allow yourself to heal, you'll find that who emerges is a completely different person than where you started. Now that can make some people afraid. That can generate fear for some people. Like, I don't know if I want to be a different person. Not that you like yourself how you are now, but how you are now is acceptable to everybody else. And if you allow yourself to fully know and grow, what will that be? How will that rock the boat? And we don't want to rock the boat. But I can tell you this, that when you allow yourself to heal, and to discover the hidden parts of you that you've not allowed to see the light of day, that the sun has never shone there, and you allow to embrace it, you will be more accepted because your courage will make you stand out. And that is what, because people will be able to fully see who you are. And it won't, your relationships become better when that happens. When you give yourself permission to do that, your relationships becomes better because you are more fulfilled. And somebody said yesterday from the challenge after watching day one that there is no fulfilled life without relationships. We need to have deep connection to enjoy a fulfilled life. We need to be able to have access and space for people to sow deep into us and for us to do the same to people, for us to reciprocate. We need to be able to move away the stuff that is covering the pain, access it, heal from it, grow through it, so that we can fully show up in who we're supposed to be. We were supposed to have abundant lives. And, you know, for me, this is where I get really, this is where I think maybe the catalyst for this ministry that I've started when that time. And if you go back and watch earlier videos from me, I talk about it. I'm talking about it in my book, which is coming out soon. Being angry that I felt like my voice was taken. And I know that when we experience childhood trauma, and this really makes me sometimes tear up, when we experience childhood trauma, that our voice is taken, that we're silenced through fear, and we're silenced through shame, and we're silenced through guilt, and we're silenced through just the overwhelming load of how crippling those things can be for us, and how much we don't have to stay silent, because when we heal, and I always say recovery is revenge, don't hold on to unforgiveness, and that's another complete discussion, so we won't go there. But it's recovery that gets you back your power. It's when you allow yourself to say, you know what, I am done with hiding. I am done with being afraid of really finding out who I am because people around me might not like it. I'm done with that. I want to know who I am. I want to settle into that. I want to meet her. I want to meet her. I want to meet her and learn how to love her, learn how to accept her, and present her to the world. And the ones who can admire and connect with that will connect with it, and the others, that's fine. I want to get to the place where I can do that. I can say that. I can be that. And I can be okay with that. I can be okay with that because we were all created with individuality. Power, there's a quote that I absolutely love from the book called Education. We were all created with power to think and to be. I don't want to paraphrase it and get it wrong, but it's such a powerful quote. I'll probably in my next live I'll talk about it. It's such an amazing, powerful quote that tells us that we were created to be much more than we are. And some of us that experience those early damaging experiences can begin to set a pace for what our lives will be. But what I'm saying to you is we don't have to accept that because there's so much resources available just in this community alone. For those who are probably watching the replay of this on YouTube, by the way, please like and subscribe and share the videos. And those who are in this group, in this Facebook group, Wounds That Heal, will know that there are lots and lots of videos that can take you step by step through healing. Not completely, but it will certainly tackle aspects of your pain that you can begin to work through. We have ebooks, and we have journals, and we have online courses, and we have free things that can help you on your journey, because I really don't want us to live in fear. I really don't want us to, at the end of our lives, to look back and with regret because we didn't allow ourselves to tackle that pain that we should have tackled. And that's one other thing I said to somebody this week. I said, one of the things that really saddens me, it saddens me and it excites me all at the same time. Here's why. It saddens me when I see a woman in her 60s and 70s who I know is struggling because they didn't get this message and allow themselves to heal. But it also excites me when I see a woman in her 60s come to my retreats, come to my groups, take my online courses, sign up for one-to-one, not with me, but with somebody else, and is doing their journey of healing. So, it's a two-edged sword. But anybody, women of any age, you don't have to sit with and decide to conform and shape yourself into something that you think will be acceptable because you want to hide the pain, because you're afraid of stepping out, because it feels like it's going to overwhelm you. And I'm telling you, fear is not as big as it seems. The thing that we're afraid of seems really big and it feels like a mountain. But you see, when you start to chip away at that mountain, over time, it's not even a hill. It becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and you can be free to live your full life. So I'm hoping that you're ready to step out and to join that journey. We have a workshop on Sunday. I've changed the date from today to Sunday to give people some more time, and for us to go through the challenge, the workshop on Sunday, that is going to give you a blueprint of how to do relationships in an honest, authentic, courageous way, despite having despite having repressed trauma. Because we're going to give you also a workbook. What's the workbook? You'll have a free ebook for those who sign up. Now then, let me go find that for you. Let me find that so I can tell you the name of it, because I'm really excited about that workbook. I spend a lot of time to make it because I'm really invested in giving you tools that are amazing, tools that will help you to grow and to heal. And I want you to have not just come to a workshop and to be excited about the workshop, but also come to a workshop and leave with things that you can use for as long as you can use it. Your children will be able to use it too. Right, the workbook is 7 ways to protect your relationship from unresolved trauma. And it's not about the relationship per se, it's about you. So when you do the work, you'll notice when you get the workbook that it's going to be about you. Because when you do this amazing journey, your relationships benefit in such a positive way. Okay. I could stay here all day and talk about the amazing benefits of you doing your journey on your career, your goals, your dreams, your parenting, your marriage, your friendships, your relationship with God. And all of them we could spend a week just dissecting each one individually. My book focuses on my relationship, my romantic relationship, and my spiritual life, those 2 relationships that were badly damaged because of repressed trauma, and the process that it took to get through from one stage to the next. And it's a journey that you can take too. It's a journey that, it's a journey that we shouldn't allow fear to stop us from taking. It's a journey that we can take so we can stand and dust off those talents and gifts that we have that we don't use, that we're afraid of, because of, again, because of maybe what will people think? What will people think if they know that this is my trauma? I'll tell you what, maybe they have trauma too. So if we shift the focus and shift the mindset on what will people think versus, it's time and I'm going to do this. I'm doing this now. I am going to do this for me because I deserve it. And I want to know what it looks like on the other side when I do it and when I apply those techniques and when I see it work. One of the most, I'm going to let you go now. One of the most exciting thing for me is when somebody said, Joanna, when we started out, this was tough, but as I begin to do what not what I say, but the reflections and the realizations that people come to, the places of awareness that people come to, and as they apply the strategies and begin to see their lives change, how exciting that is. I want that for you too. So join us in the workshop on Sunday, so you can get all the other resources that goes along with the workshop. And what's the exciting thing that's going to happen after the workshop? There's always something going on around here, always something going on, because I'm invested in doing this journey with you, and I'm always honored that we get to do it together. So I hope I'll see you there. Have an amazing day. And don't let fear stop you from doing that thing that you want to do. Say that thing that you need to say. Boundary that relationship that you need to boundary. I'll go, because if I don't, I'll keep talking. But I really appreciate you being a part of this community, liking and sharing the videos, commenting below the videos, and giving me your feedback via email. I really appreciate them. So keep them coming. Take care.